Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'll be looking at Space Ghost issue 8. So this is issue 8 of Space Ghost. First of all, love the cover. Cover's really, really nice. I normally go for the painted covers, but this one was pretty decent, so worth a look. Now, not going to lie, Space Ghost is another one of those books where it's okay. I've been in, it's a read. It's not kind of like, oh, that was terrible, but it's kind of on that borderland of like, do I want to spend £5 every month getting hold of Space Ghost? This issue, though, I actually thought was pretty decent, so I'm more than happy to carry on for at least another 1 or 2 issues. And we'll see how it goes. There is one niggling thing in this that kind of doesn't quite sit right with me, but the rest of it is pretty decent. So we flash back to Planet Vector, which has got the original, which is Space Ghost and his kids and a kid and his wife, and they are attacked by these killer robots, which apparently are responsible for the destruction of Planet Vector. We flash forward to now, where they're seeing the ship being attacked by these droids, and it turns out that off he goes. They need to kind of be fought. So Space Ghost drops out. And this is the thing that niggles me. Now it's like he says here, like, are we seriously about to fight alien robots in outer space? It's like every birthday and Christmas all in one. Now 2 issues ago, he was miserable because he was worried about Earth and stuff. Now, okay, the robots, so maybe he can get away with it, but he seemed to have lost all his passion about it. That it kind of reverted back to that kind of same attitude he had in issue 1, where everything was fun. It was great until someone got hurt, and then it just didn't matter. And it's like you've you've not really kind of learnt. There's no real change to the character over those 2 issues. As I said before, they should have flipped the other issues last time around, where they had um, Blip be the kind of the protagonist before he decides to come back. But it just seems like there's no change to his attitude now. He's just completely reverted back to his original characterization. There's no like, oh, okay, oh, right, the people are okay, or it's really dangerous. It's like, oh no, it's all fun and frolics. Um, anyway, Space Ghost takes these robots down. Oh, by the way, Herculoids looks pretty decent. Nice, very, very nice cover. Never remember seeing the cartoon ever in the UK, so probably worth a look, at least one issue. But anyway, so he is realizing that these robots are the ones responsible for destruction of Planet Vector. So off he goes, destroys kind of flies into the ship, says who's the person attacking, and it turns out yes, it's the same guy. And so Space Ghost has got a personal vendetta against this guy. But the ship jumps out and leaves Jan and Jace on their own, um, whilst Space Ghost is isolated from them. So they go back and basically use the robot head to try and figure out where he is. Now, again, this one kind of niggled me a little bit because it's one of those situations like the old 70s TV shows where you could watch the bad guy coach the hero, and the cameras would be all over the place and they cut shots. And it's like, well, how can the camera be there? They'd see it. It's ridiculous. And this is kind of like that, except for the fact that they explain that the bad guy is allowing Jason Jan to actually see this. So the robot, the bad guy knows that they're attacking. Um, Space Ghost is caught because he turns invisible, but apparently they detect the energy on things. So even though they can't see him, they detect the energy that's actually being used to do so to kind of generate the field. And the robot guy reckons he can't be beat. And he does a pretty good job of giving Space Ghost a good run for his money here. Pretty much destroys it, well, either seemingly destroying his gauntlets, and effectively throwing him out into either, I don't know if it's out into space or whatever. Anyway, the robot is like, oh, you can stop transmission now. It's like, so obviously the bad guy knows that the robot is watching, so that kind of makes all of the kind of weird cameras legitimate, at least. Um, it's like, okay, what we're going to do, what we're going to do. It's like, right, I'm here now. I've come to destroy this planet, and the universe is going to be mine. Um, so this guy seems to be a legitimate threat, which is pretty decent. So we've seen Space Ghost fight other bad guys. I mean, this kind of, this reminds me of Space Ghost's Dark Side, or that kind of level threat to Superman. Um, but yes, this is pretty decent. Again, I'm hoping. I think with such a small cast, with only three kind of main heroes as your cast, there's only so much you can do with them, and because then the kids don't really do much apart from kind of following them around. And Space Ghost is kind of an enigma to everybody anyway. We're kind of relying on the adventure stuff rather than the character development stuff, and this is kind of the first time we've really had any kind of character development involving Space Ghost history, although we kind of knew it was there anyway. Um, but yeah, this is good. I quite did enjoy this one. So then we'll play out this story and see what happens at the end of this one. If it continues to be as good, I'll continue buying it. It's just there's so many books out there that have been like, yeah, it's okay, but it's not great. And there's other books coming out in the new year that I want to pick up as well. So some books get dropped for the sake of books that are hopefully going to be better. Um, and at the moment, again, not being funny, um, I'm looking to probably pick up old books from eBay that I can pick up, several probably for the cost of one book in the modern book, and it's just as good as a read. So we'll just see. So at the moment, Space Ghost has got his stay of execution. There you go. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on about Space Ghost and other comics. And hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.